to do your first Instagram video. Yay! You don't care. You're like, Mom, let me go to sleep. All right, guys. So a few days ago, I did a Q&A on my Instagram story, as you can see. And now I'm taking a moment to answer some of those questions that I got on that story. On a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the absolute amount of pain, how much did it hurt giving birth? So giving birth itself, for me, I guess, was an interesting experience because I learned that I guess I have a little bit higher of a pain tolerance level than I thought. So for me, the actual like giving birth part, like when he was coming, actually pushing, that pain for sure, I mean, I can't lie, was probably a 10 at the worst, like at the peak moments. But for me, the way that I saw that was, you know, this is for a split period of time. This is just this moment in time, and then it'll be over with. So I don't know, I was playing mind games with myself, I guess, the entire time, just kind of like, this hurts for right now, but it's going to be over with here soon. So the quicker and harder I push and, you know, do what I'm supposed to do in labor, the quicker it'll be over, is the way that I kind of thought about it. But the pain was just kind of like really, really bad period cramps at the beginning. That's the way that I would explain it. Just really, really bad period cramps. And then they gradually got more intense and worse. That's kind of how I felt. Second question, how much do you love your Marna? Well, Marna, if you know, you know, I love you so, 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 so much. That's why you're my Marna. Mwah. And Jevin loves you too. Third one was, love your son's name. Why did you choose that first name and middle name? He is so precious. Thank you guys so much, first of all. We've been asked this a couple of times, you know, how did we come up with the name Jevin Barr? And for us, these past few years have been really pivotal for us. And by us, I mean my husband and I, and probably our families as well. They've been very formative years for us, as far as the fact that we've lost some amazing people in our lives, I'd say, in the last 5 years, and some people that were very important to us. And so Jevin is a play on the word heaven. That's why it's spelled just like heaven, but with a J instead of an H. Because we feel like those people that we lost all have had a part in blessing us with Jevin, and he really is just a little slice of heaven for us. He's such a blessing. So Barr is actually my husband's mom's maiden name, and the family name was on its last lineage. So we wanted to continue that legacy, and so we decided to give that name to Jevin as his middle name so that the name continues on in some way, form, or fashion. He's fallen asleep, so I think that's about all the questions he's gonna do with me today. How has the healing process been? So the healing process, now I am 6 weeks postpartum, and I'm feeling much better. But the healing process for me personally, I would say, was definitely the hardest part of the entire experience. Like I said, labor for me was a mental game. Like, okay, get through this and then you'll feel better. The pregnancy itself, I'm very blessed, was a pretty good pregnancy up until the end, where, you know, I was just, he's a big boy. I was tired, my body was tired, and I could feel it. The recovery process was much more difficult. You definitely have to be more patient with yourself. I think it's something that I personally wasn't prepared for. I think everybody focuses on telling you about labor and your contractions and pregnancy, and then like they skip and fast forward to like, oh, and then you're not gonna be sleeping and you're gonna be so irritable and so tired, but nobody talks about, you know, what actually happens to you as a woman. So that part was really difficult for me, the entire recovery process. You're uncomfortable. There's a lot of things going on everywhere. So just kind of be prepared for that, to be patient with yourself and be patient with the fact that every day was like a different feeling for me. But I mean, he's worth it. So yeah, cliche, but yeah, they're all worth it. Did you do all natural? Natural means a lot to different people, but I think that the medication was created for a reason, and those before me went through natural labors and delivering at home and on the farm and on the ranch and whatever else. They experienced that so that I wouldn't have to. They have paved the way for me to have modern medicine, and an epidural was my best friend at that point. So yeah, I labored at home until I was 7 centimeters dilated, got to the hospital, my water broke naturally. I stood up and there it went. And then at that point, that's when they told me I was 7 centimeters dilated. And that is when I was like, well, give me that epidural, ma'am. Like, I will take it. Give me it. I do not want to feel this anymore. And the epidural was a game changer. It helped me feel a lot better. And they gave it to you, and they give you a little button that you can press for, more medication if you need it. After a certain point though, I had forgotten about the fact that I had the push button to give me more medication. So I was just in so much pain that I was like, let's just get this baby out. And so I did feel pretty much everything, but the epidural still gave me relief for a couple of hours, for a long time actually. Like, I lost all track of time the day that he was born. But I do know that I took a couple of naps and I slept through a lot of the pain thanks to the epidural. So yeah, I would 100% recommend an epidural. Next question. Did you experience any postpartum depression? So I'm gonna do another video on this.